guys? Trey coming back at your screen by means of the World Wide Web. And today for you guys, we're going to get into prize highlights. Now I'm going to split this video up because it would be way too long if I did it all together. So first we're going to start with the gear here. Wicked Skillet, new gear, 816 attack, smash adept. Nothing really too great there, honestly. There's so much more gear out there that's much better. The only thing that would make that gear really worth it is if the proc rate is really nice on it. If it has a pretty nice proc rate, then it'll definitely be worth using. Other than that, probably not so much. Moving on to our Fatal Claw here, epic gear. Adds 1,310 agility with a chance to proc in Spirit Novice, which raises the attack of one fighter when the line forms. So definitely a pretty good piece of gear there, guys. That's a lot of agility there. And it also has the chance to proc in Spirit. So with that in mind, this would probably be best equipped to rogues, honestly. I think it'd fare really well on rogues. But anything else could definitely use the agility boost, but I don't know if it benefits so much from the skill. Depends. But definitely a good piece of gear. I'm guessing that's going to be our Harpy's Horde reward if you are able to complete level 10. So nice piece of gear there for sure. And then we have the Tusker Dayu, adds 1,337 wisdom with a chance to proc Bedwetter Adept, which is a double skill which raises the wisdom of an ally before it floods a foe. So basically it sounds like Illume single target, anyone in the line, not Illume self, and then it will proc Flood. So it seems like it'd be a pretty nice piece of gear. That'd definitely go great on a guru, honestly. Just gotta wait to see the proc rate. When it comes to the gear, stats are nice and what it does is nice, but proc rate definitely has a role to play in that as well. So we just have to wait to see the proc rate. Usually on these dungeon gears, it's really good. I think the last two of them have been 35% proc rate, which is pretty impressive, honestly. That's really good. So let's hope the trend keeps on going and we can get 35% or better on this piece of gear. Now moving on to our heroes. The first one we have is our Munadi recolor here. I'm gonna call him Kadur. Don't know if that's correct, but whatever. So Kadur is actually an epic. He's a step up from Munadi, who only went up to a maximum of rare, but this guy can go up to epic. So to break this guy down, Kadur is an air rogue. So he has the agility and the attack for the good stats. His stats off of the edge here are 2692 HP, 4092 attack, 1399 defense, 842 wisdom, and 4246 agility, with a total stat base of 13,271. So Kadur has changed up a little bit from his recolor here. Munadi was a preempt all. This guy is a single target, yet still auto proc preempt. So pretty nice. He's just single target, and he's one of the variety that most like. He does have more power, a little bit less agility, but seems to be the type that many prefer. They like the ones that have the higher attack, sacrificing some agility for that. So he's looking like a pretty nice single target preempt. He's not the best out, but he's still pretty good actually. I want to say he's second in line at this point, but I don't know that for sure. But he's a really good single target preempt. If there's anyone in the market for one, he is not a bad choice, honestly. And I think he looks pretty cool too. So moving on to our next one is going to be Lithaline. So she is a recolor also, I believe. But she's on top of Tarkumanaya, the Scorpion, who's pretty decent HP fodder, by the way. One thing I wanted to mention about Kadur before I move on, honestly. Kadur, if you are going to use him for Superfuse fodder, probably the only stat that would be worth using would be agility, which if you do, you would get 509. Honestly, though, if you're in the market for a single target preempt, I would not use him for fodder. I think he's actually a pretty good single target preempt. Now to move on to Lithaline. She is a lightning warlock, I do believe, because the shock kind of gives it away. So getting into her stats off of the edge here, she has 2,105 HP, 4,896 attack, 1,067 defense, 4,649 wisdom, and 1,415 agility for a total stat base of 14,132. So shock elite here, based on attack, 2 cooldown. Yeah, usually when you see that, guys, it's pretty much super fused fodder, honestly. That's pretty much going to be her only purpose. If you are going to be gathering pieces of her and using her for fodder, you can get either 587 attack or 557 wisdom. I'm pretty sure she's going to be going for really cheap, so you may want to get a Reddit trade frenzy for super duper cheap. Get a few of them and put them into some fighters that you want to boost up a little. So that's pretty much it on Lethal line. Next, we're going to be talking about our chef here. DNA, I tell you, man, they come up with some names for you. I think they come up with names they don't even know how to pronounce, honestly. I mean, how are you supposed to say this? Kushayarsha. Yeah, whatever. Master Chef is what I'm going to call him. So, to break this guy down, he is a fire warlock. So, he's going to have the attack and the wisdom. To get into his stats off of the edge, he has 1,989 HP, 4,628 attack, 1,008 defense, 4,394 wisdom, and 1,337 agility for a total stat base of 13,356. So, skill that he has is called Double Fry Elite. Has a cooldown of 1. I'm guessing it's going to be attack based, but just don't know at this point because at the time of me making this video, you're unable to acquire him because this dungeon has not even been unlocked at this point. But I'm going to be guessing that it is an attack based skill with a 1 cooldown, so it's a double skill. So this guy, these ones with double skills actually do have a purpose. First thing that comes to mind would be mob raid. You can get multiple hits in. On things like Shinkers, although last mob raid, Shinkers was Alvis the Dismantler, and I honestly didn't see nobody touching that guy. So yeah, they may be switching mob raid up on us, so I don't know how useful these double skill fighters are going to be anymore, but until we see what they have planned for us, that's pretty much this guy's only use, besides of course being super fused fodder. And if you were to do that, you could have the choice of either 555 attack or 527 wisdom. So this is going to be our stopping point today, guys, just to get into a quick comparison. I only have one for you guys today because I'm not going to really compare anything that's either double skilled because there's not really much you can compare it to. And I'm also not going to really compare anything that's not worth comparing, like Lethal line. I mean, she's just straight up not worth comparing. She's super fused fodder all the way around, so don't even bother. But I will compare Kadir. We got a comparison for Kadir. So the one that we're going to be comparing our Munadari color to here is going to be my buddy right here, Lamqua. So Lamqua and Kadir honestly are basically like twins. I mean, the stat difference is so minute that if you already have Lamqua, I would not even bother getting Kadir, honestly, unless you just want it for the looks or something like that. Don't even bother. And here's why. So, I mean, I really don't need to go any further than this. The total stat difference between these two fighters is a ginormous number of 29. A big old 29-point stat difference is the only difference between these two fighters. Now, Kadir is better in every category. He has 7 more HP, 6 more attack, 4 more defense, 2 more wisdom, and 10 more agility. Woohoo! Honestly, in my opinion, if you already got Lamqua, don't bother with Kadir, like I said, unless you want them for the cosmetics. Because other than that, they are just like 99% identical fighters, honestly. So, the choice is yours, but in my opinion, you got Lamqua, stick with Lamqua. Sell Kadir. Not really worth the bidders to build them up when Lamqua is just slightly less, he's just barely worse than Kadir. So That's what I would do, guys. So there we have it. We're going to wrap it up on that note and come at you guys with a part 2 of the prize highlights tomorrow to reduce the length of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please continue to like, subscribe, favorite, share, comment, and everything else. And I will be back at your screen with more definitive Texel videos soon, guys. Later.